Hey, it's Andrew Woodward from The Investor's Way, and thank you for booking a Wealth Generator call with us. This video is for one reason. So you come to the call clear, prepared, and confident. Not rushed, not guessing, not wondering what you might say. Now, you're going to be sitting down with me or Blake Woodward, my son, and what both of us are going to be doing in this call is we're going to understand your goals, what's getting in the way, and how clarity breeds confidence that you can get the money outcomes you deserve. Now, the two things you must do. First thing, accept the calendar invite. That's how you lock it in and mentally commit. And if you need to move it, reschedule early rather than squeezing it in when you can only be half present. Second thing, come prepared with your money goals. Not perfect numbers, not a spreadsheet masterpiece, just goals that are real and specific enough that we can build around them. Now, here's what to expect on the call. This is a focused conversation. In the framework we use, it's a deep look at your goals, your motivations, and your roadblocks. We'll ask you questions to get the truth on the table. Then we'll show you how our process works in practice and how that could change your results for the better. This is not a lecture, it's certainly not a judgment session, and it's definitely not let's talk about everything under the sun. It's a structured call designed to create clarity and momentum. Now, I want you to do something simple. Seriously, pause this video if you need to. Open your notes app or grab a pen and paper and answer these three simple questions. First, what do you want your money to do for your life? Not just be better. What does better look like? And second, what's the timeline? Is it 12 months? Is it 3 years? Or 10 years or more? And third, what would make you feel proud 12 months from now? Is it less stress, a stronger buffer, investing consistently, a clear plan, a property decision made with confidence, a portfolio that finally feels like it's moving, or something else? After we outline your goals and challenges, I'll take you through what I call the PTS method. Now, PTS stands for Property, Trading, and Self. It's the simple way we help clients build wealth without feeling like they're gambling, guessing, or handing control to someone else. And within the PTS method, there are three pillars: manage, protect, and grow. Manage is where you take control of the day-to-day. Your cash flow, spending, buffers becomes your system. Because if you can't manage money, you can't grow money. And protect, that's where you understand how to reduce risk and move the odds of success in your favour. And then grow is where we build the strategy to expand your wealth over time using property, stocks, commodities, bonds, and cash. The point is, you're not relying on one single move. You're building a repeatable strategy. So instead of leaving the call thinking, that was nice, now what? You leave with a clear path and the next steps. So let me tell you what we see all the time, especially with high-income Aussies. You make good money, but it feels like it leaks out faster than it should. A lot of people who book this call are smart, capable, high performers, high income earners. You're used to being the person who figures things out. At work, you make decisions, you lead, and you solve problems. But money feels different because money decisions don't just sit in your calendar like a normal task. They sit in the background. They follow you to bed. They show up when you're driving, when you're in the shower, when you're trying to be present with your partner or with your kids. And it usually sounds something like this: I don't have time for this. You're busy, genuinely busy. Work's full on, life's full on, and every week disappears way too fast. So money becomes the thing you keep promising you'll sort out when things calm down. But here's the brutal truth. Things don't calm down by themselves. And when you don't have a plan, you carry this low-level pressure all the time. Not loud panic, just constant background noise. That feeling of, I should be further ahead than this. Or, I'm earning good money, why doesn't it feel easier? Or what if we're making the wrong moves and we don't realise until it's too late? And the worst part is you start avoiding it, not because you don't care, but because you do. Maybe you've thought, I don't know where to start. Now this one's massive because the internet makes it look like you're supposed to choose the perfect path first time around. Property, shares, ETFs, super, debt reduction, offsets, crypto, business, side hustles. And every expert sounds confident, and every headline makes it feel urgent. So you end up doing the thing most logical people do when the stakes feel high. You freeze or overanalyze. You keep your money sitting still because doing nothing feels safer than making the wrong move. But what no one tells you is doing nothing is still a decision, and it has a cost. It costs time, momentum, and confidence. And when you wait long enough, you start to feel like you're behind. And that feeling over time becomes, I wish I'd started earlier. You could also be thinking, I don't know how to make good money decisions. This is the silent one people don't say out loud because it's embarrassing, right? You're successful, you're competent, but when it comes to money, it can feel like everyone else got the manual and you didn't. So you second guess yourself. And that hesitation creates this weird loop. You don't make decisions because you don't trust your decisions. And you don't trust your decisions because you haven't made enough of them. So instead, you default to what feels safe. You try to save, but often spend instead. You keep working, you keep hoping it will somehow click down the track. But deep down, you know hope isn't a strategy. And if you are like I once was, you may have an internal thought of, I don't think I could do this myself. And this is the heart of it. A lot of people have this belief that wealth is for other people. People who are naturally good with money, or people who started earlier, people who love spreadsheets, or people who have an abundance of time, people who had the right parents, or people who somehow just get it. So even if you want financial freedom, there's a part of you that quietly wonders, can I actually do this? And here's what's really going on underneath the surface. It's not that you're incapable. It's that you're carrying the pressure of getting it wrong. Because if you make a wrong decision with money, it doesn't feel like a normal mistake. It feels personal. It feels like you let yourself and your family down, like you wasted years, like you should have known better. So you stay in this strange place where you're earning well, but not progressing the way you know you could. And that creates the real pain point. You start thinking about the future, and instead of excitement, you feel uncertainty. You start thinking about retirement, and instead of freedom, you feel restriction. You start thinking about options, and you realize right now, it's not that you don't have opportunities. It's that you don't have a clear roadmap to take them. Now, if any of that hits you, that's good, because it means you're honest. And it means there's something here to solve. And the good news is this. You don't need to become a finance nerd. I did that for you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need more information. You need a simple framework, a clear roadmap, and the confidence that comes from taking the right steps in the right order. Now that's what this call is for, to show you how it can be done, and yes, by you. We'll show you how you can take control and build wealth across multiple assets. Not just one lane, not one product, not one property strategy, multi-asset, real world, built around your goals. And the point is empowerment. So you can make repeatable decisions without feeling like you're gambling, guessing, or handing your future over to someone else who, let's face it, doesn't care as much about your money as you do. Now, a few practical things so you get the maximum value. Join from somewhere quiet. Have your notes ready and be honest. You don't need perfect numbers, but if you know roughly your household income, their debts, your savings, and what you currently have invested, that's going to be a great help. And most importantly, don't show up trying to impress us. Show up trying to get clear. Because if it's a fit, we'll show you exactly how we can help you. And if it's not, you'll still leave with a clearer view of what needs to happen next. So here's your checklist in one sentence. Accept the invite, show up on time, bring your goals. Do that, and this call can be the start of a very different chapter for you. I'm looking forward to meeting you on the call and can't wait to get started.